Okay, good morning. It's Tuesday, March 26th. It's about 7:10 a.m. Pacific time. Greetings from the West Coast in California. What you're looking at here is the Jigsaw trading platform. I'm just going to review kind of how everything's set up from left to right. It's the Ultra Bond here. Symbol UB. Next we have ZB, which is the 30-year bond. Then we have the ZF, which is the 5-year. And then we have the ZN here, which is the 10-year. That's pretty much my staple. That's what I trade 95% of the time. And then all the way here on the right is the E-mini S&P, symbol ES. The reason why I have that up is just because it typically negatively correlates with the fixed income market, which is everything here on the left. I typically don't go into a lot of the trade setups. I just sort of trade and let people make up their own mind. So if you're interested in learning more about this platform and how it works and some of the trade setups, I would suggest looking in the description. I have some links in there for some people that can help you out. So what we're looking at here, basically we're going to review the overnight real quick. It was just sort of a slow grind down all night. And then basically what happened was, I'm trying to see what the pit low was here. Let's see, pit opened basically at the low. We were right around in this area, 0.35, 0.3 even, and then it just sort of shot up, and it's been bid ever since. I identified 0.1 even as kind of a rejection point several times during the overnight, and we're kind of there now. So that's been marked as a resistance, short-term resistance. Looking at the calendar for today, a lot of announcements have already come out. We had housing starts that were kind of a disappointing number. We do have a 2-year auction note that's at 10 a.m. my time. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Looks like everything else has pretty much happened already. So consumer confidence just came out at 7 a.m., which is about 15 minutes ago, and that was a bit of a miss. So we'll see if that has any impact on the markets. So as far as areas of interest, I've already identified kind of what we're coming up to now, which is 10 even. Basically what we're looking for here is for sellers to absorb a lot of the buying, because this is still, I mean, it's tapered off quite a bit here, but because this is still in the middle of the profile, I hesitate just, sort of jumping in. But what we're looking for right now is kind of what seems to be happening, maybe not really, but we'll keep an eye on this, and basically we want this number here to grow significantly, especially in proportion to this guy. And that would give us some indication that sellers are putting up a backstop and they want to push this thing back down. But right now we're just watching, definitely just sitting on our hands, keeping an eye again on this level. The other place to engage is down here at the overnight low, which is also the pit low. If we don't get down there, then I'm basically just hanging out watching at this point. Seems to be a pretty active day thus far, which is good, considering the lack of volatility that we've had lately, which has been incredibly boring. But I don't mind it so much. A lot of time in trade, but it seems to be very conducive to reading the market and really finding the confirmation to some clues and some of the trade setups that are out there. So that's what we're looking at as far as right now. So what I'm seeing at this very moment, again, this profile step, area of resistance that we've identified. Some of the clues I'm looking at is that the ultra bond and 30-year have already started to sell down a little bit. You got 4 ticks in the ultra bond. We're also seeing an obvious buying spot for the ES. So it's sold back down to the VWAP. A lot of people love the VWAP in the mid. As far as a buying opportunity, buying and selling opportunity. So sellers just hit down here. Automatically they're pulling off on the bid already. They just hit down. You've seen zero pushback from buyers. Except for right here. They just took that bid again. So if you were to trade this level right now, you just basically have to be wrong at 10.5 up here. Just like 4 ticks probably from your optimal entry would be at 09.5 or 10 even. So for me to get in here, I'd have to cut my lot size in half. Probably just gonna kind of watch for a little while. If I miss this one, it's not that big of a deal. Definitely get some pushback, a lot of buying or selling, pushing back. Sellers are pushing back finally at this level. Yeah, that offer pulled off pretty quickly there. So as the ES sells down to the bottom of the range, if it does, what we want to see, what I want to see, is for 0.95 or 0.9 to hold. The offer definitely softened quite a bit. Yeah, the way that these all sold down basically in concert at the same time, I think was enough confirmation. Basically had a second chance buying opportunity over here in the ES. And they were already hitting down. Already hitting down in these other products, a little bit quicker products. Look at that bid just kind of melt off right there. I don't know, that makes me a little nervous that buyers can't take that ES higher yet. Well, sellers are already pushing back on this, so that's good. They're still pushing back on it, I should say. Hmm. Here we go. Sellers are going to see that and just start piling on, I hope. So 5 hit down. And about 1,000 pulled off. Need to see a little bit more. Come on, this thing needs to go. I don't like how this just paused like this. This needs to get going. Come on, melt off. Let's go. Yeah, I might just take a tick out of here and then just resell it if it gets back up. These things have slowed down precipitously very quickly here. Sellers did push that back a little bit pretty quickly. And of course, this gets down to 2,000. Just let this sucker roll and keep an eye on it. So we're back up to 09.5, the area that was rejected previously. We're looking for pushback, like immediate pushback. Let me just clean this up. Pretty good print down there on the initial attempt. Some other clues too are that the bonds have held here. I mean, they've been in like this little 3-tick range. I mean, the ZN has more of a range than bonds do at this point, and same with Ultra Bond, as they haven't traded all the way back up yet either. So So what we want to see once again is that, let me just go ahead and center this. I'm going to clean that guy up. Clean that up. As the ES, approaches the lows, put some pressure on buyers over here. We want to see sellers hold buyers at this level, and that just gives us confirmation that this is actually resistance, and that sellers want to push everything back down into this range. In my opinion, that's what I'm looking for. Also here in the 5-year, want to see this area hold. So we had 3,000 hit down before, and we got 5,000 hitting down. I think that's enough for me to take a shot here. Pull the stop up pretty close. Just in case we do get run over. Oh, that was quick. Yeah, I don't know. Something tells me we're going to be trading up in here pretty soon. We'll see what happens. I hope I'm wrong. Good. Almost 5,000 down. Need this guy to beef up. So if the price action that we saw this morning picks up, I'm just going to extend these targets out a little bit more. I'll put my next target just past the point of control. This was definitely moving this morning, so it's there are participants. They're out there. Just need them to pull their hands out of their pockets and start clicking the mouse. 30 years back down, ultra bonds back down. So this little step here is probably going to act as some support. So that's why I'll take one off. If we get down here, I'll take one off just before that. Hopefully we push through it. It's kind of a bummer that I only had the 2-lot. I mean, I realized that a little bit too late, but I typically would have tried to switch to a 4-lot on the retest of a level. But that's fine. That's just my typical style. I think that once it's been tested and rejected, and then on the retest, I have a little bit more confidence that it's going to hold again. So hopefully we get filled here. That's the bid's melting off. Go ahead and move this to break even. Actually, I'm going to make sure, put one there. And one in here somewhere, just to be sure, lock in some profits. It's kind of our first back tick. This is sort of a support area, so I expected some buying activity. Just need sellers to continue to push down through. Don't want this to trade all the way back up. I was hoping to get a little bit more selling down into 7.5. I hate to move this up. Okay, so we got one fill. We'll just sort of walk this down as we do, hopefully get down into back to the point of control. So yeah, if we do have support, it would be right here at 07 even, 06 half. We've actually stalled prior to that, which is not cool. There we go. 2,000 down and then immediately 3,000 up on the offer. The bid's pulling off. No reason to take this off right now. Yeah, didn't want to see that. But again, that's support. So we're just keeping an eye out. Here we go. Come on. Ultra bonds all the way down. 30 years still offer at 27. Five years keeping the pressure on. Just went offer at 30. Should be able to take that out. Let's go. Got to start hitting down in 26.5 or 06 half, I should say. I don't know. This is the tricky part. Like, do I give this room to breathe? See, they've already pushed back twice here. Wish I had my normal 4 lot on, because this would be a no-brainer. I would definitely leave this contract on here just to run it all the way down if it does go down. But it looked right there that sellers were couldn't take out. They only 400 on the bid and they couldn't take it out. You had about 1,600 print there. So I anticipate probably getting stopped out as ES falls back in. Here at this point, we'll see. So sellers are still trying to hit the bid here. At the 300, this is the bid sort of staying at about 1,600, even though they're hitting down into it. It's nothing major, but it's something to pay attention to. Look at that, 6,000 printed down. They still can't even take this offer. I mean, in my opinion, that's not really actionable for a long, but it definitely tells you that if you're short, you probably want to get out. Okay, just as I figured, got stopped. That's fine. Definitely absorption happening here at this level. As soon as the ES dropped back in, they took it out, which is kind of as expected. So I'm done for today. It's 8 o'clock. I got other things to do. Just a quick review. Came in, the plan was to look at this level, identified as resistance, obvious rejection, and a couple previous attempts in the morning. Saw what we wanted and we took the short, so I think that's pretty, if you're going to follow the process, follow the plan, and regardless of the outcome, I'm okay with it. So if you like this video, please go ahead and click the like button. Feel like subscribing, get notifications, that'd be great. And good luck. everybody.